Hey VC, it's Dave here. Chris Kibler came on the YouTube here the other day and did his top 20, I believe is what he did. Albums that he had most of or bands. And I thought I would do a truncated version of that because really I don't have too much time to mess with videos these days. So I'll do 10. I had a slab water leak in my home here a couple of weeks ago, and I've been messing with that. And then we had a big freeze at the beginning of February, and I had a tree that came down that I had to find somebody to take out, which is still down, but they'll be coming out here pretty soon. And then amidst of all that, I had the plumbers come over and fix the water leak or whatever. So there's that, but they got to reconstruct part of the house. And I got a rat in the garage that I needed to get rid of that crawled in there. I kind of live out in the country. Anyway, it's been one thing or another, and then you got income taxes, right? So really didn't have time. I'll do 10 and just chat a bit. Here the other night, I saw The Fabelmans, which is Steven Spielberg's newest film, and really enjoyed it. And if you like Steven Spielberg's stuff, this is from Netflix. You might give it a watch. A lot of people don't like his stuff. They think it's too saccharine or too homey or corny or whatever. But, for me, I like it. And so there's that. Watched that the other night and really enjoyed it. I'm giving a shout out to a channel I've never seen before, but I ran across it tonight while I was watching TV, and I'll leave a link for it below. He did a really good video on classical music, I thought, and you don't see a lot of classical music here on YouTube, not since Robert left, who used to be the member that was in Spain and originally from Ireland. But yeah, his name is Belisario Sonic. And I'll leave a link below to his classical video that I watched tonight. I thought it was pretty good. But he also, he likes a broad taste. He likes jazz and classic rock and, a lot of other things. And he's out of Alabama, I think he said. So, yeah, pretty interesting. So let's going now. Not all this stuff here is music per se, but I'll show what I've got anyway and leave it at that. So the most albums or bands or musicians that I have, I just kind of did a quick look over and just, in my head, I didn't make science out of it or anything. But one of them would probably be Mozart. And this is one of the CDs of his. This is Mozart Serenade in B flat, Serenade in E flat by the Netherlands Wind Ensemble. And so there you go. There's some Mozart, and I've got a box set by him and several other albums by him. So there's some Mozart. And then the same is true probably for Beethoven. This is the latest thing I picked up by him. This is a box set on a Deutsche Grammophon, and it's the Piano Sonatas volume, it's like volume 4. It's real nice. I do like sonatas. I do like chamber music. So yeah, where to go wrong with Beethoven either. Let's see, Tangerine Dream, I have quite a few albums by them. This may be the last thing I bought by them. This is a Quantum Gate, and it's a 2-record set. I believe it was the last thing that their leader here, Edgar, oh gosh, I can never think of his last name, but yeah. Tangerine Dream, Quantum Gate. And actually, Tangerine Dream, they're playing down in Austin actually right now at the South by Southwest. That'd be really interesting to see, even though they only have, I think, one original member playing with them. Yeah, it'd be really cool to see them. I'm sure they have a pretty cool light show and all that kind of thing. The Beatles fit in there somewhere. Haven't picked up any Beatles music lately, but I found this at a DVD sale somewhere, or like cheaply somewhere, and I haven't seen it. Still haven't seen it, so I'll get around to watching it. Looking for Lennon. I assume it's about his life and upbringing and playing with the Beatles and what have you. So yeah, Looking for Lennon. And I also found this at a book sale too. This is Imagine. It's on the DK Books, I believe is the book label. And, it's again about his life and got, a ton of pictures in it and, with the Beatles and what have you. So, yeah, forward by Yoko Ono. Pretty neat little book. See, Bob Dylan. Got a lot of Bob Dylan songs. This is the last thing I got by him. This is No Direction Home, the soundtrack, a Martin Scorsese picture. And I've got also that DVD. This is from the Bootleg Series number 7, right there. It's a 2 CD set. And, you probably will recognize the picture there on it, which is the same picture, but a little bit different in the placement of everything. Is, just a little bit shifted and whatnot on there. Like I said, it's a 2 CD set, and it has some like really rough cuts of him playing some stuff, kind of bootleggish. And I think one of the When I Got Troubles was a really early song from 1959. It's got Rambler Gambler, which is a home recording. This Land Is Your Land is a live version. A lot of just like interesting alternative takes and stuff like that. Then it came with this little booklet as well, which is kind of cool. Got him on the back riding the motorcycle, and pictures and circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one. So there you go. Let's see here. Who else? Pat Metheny. Don't really have anything brand new by Metheny, but I have a lot of albums by him. This is Imaginary Road. And yeah, just about anything by Pat Metheny or the band. This is Lyle May's Street Dreams, who was the keyboardist and pianist in the band. But both of those guys are really good. I can, anything by Metheny is good by me. So there's that. Let's see here. Neil Young. I don't really have anything brand new by Neil Young. I've been listening to one of his albums, and I should have pulled it, but I can't think the name of it offhand. Well, I actually did buy one. I've got Lucky 13. I forgot about that. I've got it back in the back, and I didn't pull it. But that's kind of a various sort of compilation of some of his older stuff. And I found it at a flea market or thrift store here. But I've also got this book by him that I've been reading, Waging Heavy Peace, right there. And, it's about his start and just his, thinking on a lot of different topics, And, it's got some pretty good early pictures of him and talks about the bands he's been in and just his thoughts on, his life there. There he is. It looks like with maybe the Buffalo Springfield. So, yeah, if you're interested in Neil Young, there's a book on him, Waging Heavy Peace. And I also have a lot of Joni Mitchell albums. Last one I bought from her was Shine. prefer her earlier period, actually. Found this small book by her. It's a very small book. There's a picture that graced one of her album covers. I forget the album offhand, but it's a little bitty book that I found in a used bookstore on Joni Mitchell. And some really cool pictures. There was a really neat little picture of her when she was very young right there. And yeah, if you're interested in Joni Mitchell, there's actually a YouTube video up where Elton John interviews Joni Mitchell in her home. I assume that's where it was. But yeah, pretty good, cool little video there with Elton and her talking together. But yeah, it's just a little book about her early days and you know, her music and so on and so forth. So yeah, pretty neat little interesting find on Joni Mitchell. And then also I've got a lot of Grateful Dead music. And I don't really have anything brand new by them, but I did pick this up, which I think I've shown before, which is a CD thing of interviews with Jerry Garcia. I think it has 5 discs in here. But yeah, this CD packet by Jerry Garcia. Oh, and I didn't pull the Django Reinhardt. I've got several albums by him there for a while. I'd almost run and go get it, but it would take too long. Maybe I can show it next time I'm on. But yeah, they were there for a while. They were putting out these albums by him on a French label, and I was picking those up. I think there were like, I don't have them all. I think there were like 20 or so LPs on him. And a lot of those were sort of interesting. You know, he does covers of Duke Ellington and, you know, various other performers and classic, you know, classic jazz songs. So, yeah, Django Reinhardt. And, yeah, that may be it. That's about all I could think of. I think that was 10. So, I'm sure I'm probably leaving out somebody or maybe overlooking somebody, but that's how it goes lately for me with what I've been dealing with here lately. But hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's enjoying your spring. Spring's coming on strong here along with the pollen, and boy, I sure can tell it these past few days. Yeah. So anyway, you know, enjoy your music, enjoy spring. We'll talk to you later.